that your successor, George Pataki, is in New York City right now. There are a number of state offices, aren't there, Governor, in the, in the Twin Towers?
My office, and I think the governor moved his office out of the World Trade Center, Governor Pataki, but my office was there, and I think there are still some other offices there, but not as many as there were when I was governor.
Be prepared to take it, and then everything's being shut down.
Yeah, Baltimore has it.
Okay, National, you up?
No, I'm up now, Becky.
Are you in the tower?
Yes.
What's going on?
There was a 737, I think it was, crashed into the Pentagon.
Off of National?
No.
Where did it come from?
It came in from the west.
Came in from the west?
Untagged up.
Untagged. A 737, you think?
I think it was 7. What do you guys think? 737? 73 or 75? 73 or 75.
You didn't pick him up on radar? Nobody was tracking him?
We did.
Okay, but he came in from the west.
Right.
Okay. Thanks.
Right.
Lives destroyed.
Right. Don't sit and listen to these other countries like France. You fakes.
Wait and see.
Yeah, how many times have we bailed their ass out? And they house terrorists, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Get rid of them, too.
Well, you know what? Just blow them all up.
There's debris falling onto the street from the World Trade Center, flames and smoke from both towers.
I'm here live outside of City Hall. The entire, as you can imagine, it is absolute chaos here. The entire city has come to a standstill. Everyone just standing, looking at the smoke pouring out of the World Trade Center at this moment. There are certain people trying to call their families. All the cell phones are down, as you can imagine, since they are the tribes at the World Trade Center.
Cleveland 4870, any idea how long it's going to be before we get turned in the general right direction? Just curious.
Stock 4870 is an aircraft that we've lost communications with a potential hazard to you, and we're vectoring you away from his direction. We're not sure of his altitude or where he intends to go here.
All right, that sounds good to me then. That's a good plan if you ask me. Thanks for the info.
Roger.
We have a man named Sean on the line who, I'm sorry, sir, your name, please?
Sean Lansdowne.
What'd you see, Sean?
I was sitting in my bedroom back at home, and
where's that, sir?
It's right in Arlington. I'm like 4 minutes away from the Pentagon.
Right.
And I was sitting in my living room, and my building started shaking, and I knew that no plane supposed to make my building shake. Well, when I turned around and looked up, I see this plane, and I agree with the young lady that was just speaking. It was like a 757.
Sean, we're going to stop you.
Like a woman. Holy cow!
Anytime you see something going down fast like that, that is good. You know what it is, too? You know what it is? It's that damn smoke.
Yeah,
that's right.
Aaron, I'm standing in Lafayette Park directly across from the White House, perhaps about 200 yards from the White House residence itself. The Secret Service has pushed most people all the way back to the other side of the park, trying to avoid having that done to me at the moment. Just moments ago, they started slowly evacuating the White House about 30 minutes ago, and then in the last 5 minutes, people have come running out of the White House and the old executive office building, which is the office building right directly across from the White House. About 10 minutes ago, there was a white jet circling overhead. Now, you generally don't see planes in the area over the White House. That is restricted airspace. No reason to believe that this jet was there for any nefarious purposes, but the Secret Service was very concerned, pointing up at the jet in the sky. It is out of sight now, best we can tell, but they've evacuated the entire White House staff and the old executive office, as well as some townhouses that are government offices. Many of our viewers might know Blair House, where other international leaders stay when they are in Washington. That block of townhouses has been evacuated as well, and they are pushing us now back toward H Street, which is the next main street to the north from Pennsylvania Avenue across from the White House.
Okay, John, hang on 1 second. We're also getting reports at the Capitol.
Look at his big camera. Look at his big camera.
Be able to tell your grandchildren.
You were there.
You were there, although this will probably be happening every day when you get older.
Really?
This is like that movie Brazil.
Wow, there's a photo for National Geographic.
Right, what's next?
What is next?
I never thought the Pentagon.
See, you can't get, there's no getting off Manhattan now. Everything's closed.
If they plan 3, they can do 5.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They could be all day long with this.
This could be going on every day now unless we act swiftly. And no investigation. You know what countries hate us.
You see what I say? See, I'm
Yeah.
always, considered an extremist. But I say you declare war on everybody, and then whoever surrenders doesn't get killed.
Right.
But how do you kill every son and child?
I
just do
would.
it. I
But
would.
they grow up to be terrorists.
You know which countries have to be flattened out.
They're in collusion. I think we got to keep
Okay, there were notifications made.
What's that?
All right, so what's the telephone number? I'm waiting for FC to pick up. What's the telephone number you're calling?
You can do AC.
You can do anything.
441-2623.
441?
2623.
It's on 105th floor, the northwest corner, right?
Right.
At number 2 World Trade Center.
Right. Lady, there's 3 of us in this office. We're not ready to die, but it's getting bad.
I understand, sir. We can go transfer all the apparatus there. I'm trying to let them know where you are.
There's a guy hanging off the side of the building. He's here now?
You can see something there. Where? Right in the middle of the left tower, just below the black?
No, it's just a lens, a 500 millimeter lens. I haven't used this lens in 6 years.
I don't see the 2 guys.
Oh, no, yeah, I can defer, you can well, you can see, where did you see it? Did you see it on it? Yeah. But I think that could also be debris that they're hanging out.
Might be debris, might be people. That's debris. That's debris? Yeah, you can't see a person.
Is it debris or people?
Did you see something here?
Oh. Yeah, people probably, right?
That's debris.
Debris?
Yeah, people.
You see it constantly falling down.
Because Dave Statter is now on the scene. We've heard from others that it's a 757. Dave, are you there?
I'm here, the west side of the Pentagon, the helicopter port off of Washington Boulevard. Plane into the side of the building. There's a bit of a hole on that side of the building. Arlington Fire and Rescue, military fire on the scene, putting foam on it. The plane did not seem to go into the building like the World Trade Center attacks. It seemed more to glance the side of it and certainly do some damage to the left side of the building. But it's right, if anybody's coming up Washington Boulevard, which is still open amazingly, northbound, it's right where the helipad is. Believe this when I tell you, everybody here is scanning the skies looking for a possible attack. Every fire and rescue crew has been told to beware of that. Every police officer has been told to beware of that. We cannot tell you at the moment, and as far as casualties, any injuries at the moment.
Dave, so it hit more of the helipad than it did the building?
It definitely hit the building. Something hit the building, certainly, but it did not seem to be a gaping hole like we saw at the World Trade Center. I can't even tell you what size plane it is because it's pretty much consumed. Should be getting a live picture from us shortly. We're trying to call it in now. We do have a microwave truck here, so we should be able to give you some live pictures, and you can look for yourself. Right now, looks like National Airport Fire Department, is that or is I can't tell yet. It's Metropolitan Airport Fire Department is putting foam on this side of the Pentagon to try to put out the fire. As of a few minutes ago, there was still a great amount of fire. The fire has lessened somewhat.
All right.
Get a picture up.
All right, Dave, we'll let you go for just a second. I want to tell you the White House has been evacuated.
The entire White House.
Not just at this point. Everyone's still trying to figure out what's going on. I ran into this woman named Susan. She was supposed to be in the World Trade Center today at this very moment.
Air Force One is now leaving Sarasota, Florida, on its way back to Washington, D.C., but let me just read directly the bulletin from Associated Press. The White House was evacuated today after the Secret Service received credible threat of a terrorist act against the presidential mansion.
Oh, please hurry. Fire department 408. This is 15. Let me talk to the caller, PD. 1597. Let me talk to the caller. Where is he? He's on the line. Let me talk to him. Where's the fire, sir? There's smoke. Really bad. 105, 2 power. All right, sit tight. We'll get to you as soon as we can. There's some staying up. The smoke's really bad, man. We can barely leave. That's all we can do. Where are you? What floor are you guys up to? We're getting there. We're getting there. Doesn't feel like it, man. I got young kids. I understand that, sir. We're on the way. He's on the 105th floor, the northwest corner. We have no problem. Little operator? Yeah. Come on, man. Okay, we have everything, sir. I know you do, but it doesn't seem like it. You got lots of people up here. I understand.
Reports at the Capitol, the Treasury building also being evacuated. John, is this evacuation from the White House, was it orderly? Did it seem panicky? How would you characterize it?
It started off as orderly, much like we get when there are occasional bomb scares near the White House, but then, again, in the last 10 minutes or so, the people who came out, the last several hundred I saw leaving the grounds, were told and ordered by the Secret Service to run. They were running through the gates. These are, of course, professionals in business suits. I'm also told that prior to that, and we don't know the current situation, that the Vice President and other administration officials on the scene were meeting in the White House Situation Room, which is in the basement of the White House. Whether they have stayed on the complex or not is unknown to us at this moment. I spoke to an administration official shortly after the President delivered his statement, who said obviously the operating assumption here is terrorism. The initial assumption, this official said, was that this had something to do, or at least they were looking into any possible connections with Osama bin Laden. The administration recently released a warning that they thought Osama bin Laden might strike out against U.S. targets.
Put yourselves in those days and stay here. Keep moving. Please keep moving.
To us, so it is not something far away. It is coming right here at us, as we can see today in these extremely dramatic events that are totally unexpected. I don't think that we've ever had a day when the White House, the Capitol were
Professor, let me interrupt you for just a second, because we have yet another development here. The State Department is being evacuated. The building's being evacuated. And again, not that there's been an incident there. Let's clarify that. Is this a precautionary?
From that floor up, man. A lot of people died.
Never see people on the ground because it says a plane. So if you don't see people on the ground, I said, oh my God, I can't take this. I tell you, so much people, man.
I know you got a lot in the building, but we're up on the top. Smoke rises, it's really big. We're on the floor, we're in a window. And then we have to barely breathe now. Can't see. Okay. Just try to hang in there. I'm going to say this to you so you're in an air-conditioned building. What the hell happened? Okay, I'm still here. They're trying to fight apart. They're trying to get to you. They can feel like it. Okay, try to calm down so you can conserve your oxygen, okay? Try to... Tell God to blow you in from the left. It's really bad. It's black. It's arid.
We're going to go back to our Sam Ford, who's at Reagan National right now. We understand the FAA has taken some action. Sam, can you tell us what it is?
Yes, Carol. Because of this situation, the FAA has shut down all aircraft flights across the country. I think it is a situation where it is too dangerous. Right here at National Airport, you normally would have planes taking off and landing. There are no planes taking off or landing here. The skies are clear, and there is smoke covering the area. This gentleman's named Todd Nelson. You were just picking up what debris. What is it? Some sort of...
It looks like insulation. I was just standing here watching, and all sorts of paper and debris and insulation.
I'm sorry, yeah. This was what?
All sorts of paper and debris and insulation were just flying down, landing on us over here, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, some sort of insulation or some sort of debris that appears to have come from the Pentagon crash coming through the air. You could see papers flying through the air, things like that. So that's the word from here. We're hearing the FAA has shut down air traffic across the country because of this situation.
Understand.
And not safe. It's not safe here. You want to head uptown, you get a shot uptown, but it's not safe here. Do me a favor, move. Okay?
All right, Mick, thank you very much. We want to move a couple of miles away from you right now to the White House where Bob Kerr is standing by. And, Bob, we understand that building has now been evacuated. Let me just read, while we're listening to Jim Miklashevsky, another eyewitness, Paul Begala, Democratic consultant, was near the Pentagon, and he said this, is to quote, it was a huge fireball, a huge orange fireball at the Pentagon. Another witness told him a helicopter had exploded, but the best information we're getting is from an Associated reporter who said, quote, I saw the tail of a large airliner. It plowed right into the Pentagon. There is billowing black smoke. And, of course, there you see it on the television screen.
Two of them, actually. Okay, Chris, do you know about the FedEx? Don't yet, but go ahead. Okay, he's at PAY2. He's 8 miles northwest. He's coming in on a visual to, what's your runway? Runway 33. And I have Charlie Foxtrot, Mike Delta Echo, PA23.
Okay, he's calling on the 97 line a couple of minutes ago.
South. He's coming to T2. All right, thanks. Cam.
The White House has been evacuated as well. CNN's John King joins us on the phone. John.
And I'm standing in Lafayette Park directly across from the White House, perhaps about 200 yards from the White House residence itself. The Secret Service has pushed most people all the way back to the other side of the park, trying to avoid having that come to me at the moment. Just moments ago, they started...
If you can hold on for just 1 second, we want to listen in, Governor, to Jim Miklashevsky, who is reporting from the area of the Pentagon. The Pentagon, again, has been evacuated.
The second floor buckled upward, and then the third floor above him actually collapsed downward. The scene on the other side of the building, as it's being described to us, there are people being removed on stretchers. Security forces are evacuating the building right now, and according to the officials here at the Pentagon, they still don't know exactly what it was, but as you reported, Katie, eyewitnesses reported that in fact it was a plane that crashed into the Pentagon.
And Mick, any idea, I wasn't quite sure if you said this, about the number of people who might have been hurt or worse in this?
No idea at all, Katie. As you know, having worked here on any given day, this is a small city, 25 to 30,000 people may be working here at any one time. That portion of the Pentagon, by the way, had just been remodeled and just reopened. If the crash had occurred just a few months ago, that section of the Pentagon would have been virtually empty. But at this time of day, early morning or mid-morning, the Pentagon's very busy. It's impossible to say how many casualties there may be. But there have been a large number of people cited being removed on stretchers. And again, as one survivor said, the floor just buckled up under him and the roof caved in on him.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Hijack 767 American airliner Boston. No comment so far from American Airlines. As regards that report, the New York Stock Exchange was evacuated. It is closed. That's probably not a bad thing. Futures were down a massive
Just to add, John, a bit to what you've been saying, we're getting a report from Associated Press now that the White House was evacuated after the Secret Service received what AP is describing as a credible, a credible threat of a terrorist attack against the White House itself.
What exactly did you see?
Okay, I saw this plane going out of control and then hitting the tower, and then like 20 minutes after, I just saw another plane coming on the backside, making a huge turn and then hitting the other tower.
Where was the first plane coming from?
From north.
What did the plane look like?
Like a 737, like a jet plane. Like a jet plane, I mean, like a normal plane, commercial plane.
Did it appear to be veering out of control, or did it go straight into the building?
It was apparently going out of control, like before it hit the building, like if someone tried to get out of the way, and then it was really like if someone was telling the pilot go and straight and hit the tower.
Did the plane have any markings on it? Did it look like an American Airlines or a United?
Yeah.
Like an American?
Like United Airlines, like probably like the orange and blue sign. Wow. It's just like there's bodies everywhere falling down.
There are bodies falling down?
Didn't you see it? I mean, people just throwing themselves through the window.
Can I have your name first and last name?
My name is Kwame. It's Kwame.
Last name?
Leduc, Leduc.
We only evacuated the White House about 30 minutes ago, and then in the last 5 minutes, people have come running out of the White House and the old executive office building, which is the office building right directly across from the White House. About 10 minutes ago, there was a white jet circling overhead. Now, you generally don't see planes in the area over the White House. That is restricted airspace. No reason to believe.
Most probably of what is happening here, but I wouldn't just limit it to the conflict between the Israelis and the Palestinians. I think that there is the whole issue of the sanctions against Iraq. There is still the whole issue of Afghanistan, Syria, Iran, and other areas where a conflict between the U.S. and the Western world and Islam is festering. So I think that it will take some very bold steps and deep engagement on the part of the Bush administration. The tendency, obviously, is to be vindictive, to take revenge, to become even harsher. There are...
Что они могут делать? Ничего не могут делать. Как они могут добраться? Да.
You cannot get into the city. You cannot fly anywhere.
Treasury also having been evacuated, but we have not heard yet casualty figures for what is obviously a massive.
Anybody else want to chime in here? These young men, we're not ready to die. How the hell are you going to get my ass down? I need oxygen. they're getting to you. They have a lot of apparatus on the You guys didn't see him like it, lady. You get them in from all over. They get in from Jersey. I don't give a shit, Ohio. Okay, so what's your last name? Mine's Cosgrove. I must have called about a dozen times already. Cosgrove. Yeah. My wife thinks I'm alright. I called her and said I was leaving the building. I was fine, and bang!
Charlie Foxtrot, Mike Delta Echo. So we have traffic out there that's heading your way. He's about 20 miles behind you right now. We think he's at 7,500, and it is a United Jet 757, and we think he's at 7,500. I'll keep you advised.
Okay, Mike Delta Echo, very good.
Police rousing on the day to stay here. Please move in the area. Let's go. Please folks, okay, on the sidewalk, please head towards the blazers, leave the area. People, let's start walking to the east side. The building is not stable. Let's move to the east side.
All units stand by. On end of field comm, urgent.
Proceed as on the field comm.
Tower number 2, 19th floor, firefighter down. Tower number 2, 19th floor, firefighter down.
Field comm received.
All right, all units stand by. Manhattan, hold second. Manhattan, calling field comm, King.
Started at least for 20 minutes before I can get to you. Because all the circuits are busy. There's debris flying right outside the window. There's a debris is flying to Brooklyn. Papers and stuff. You watching the news? And you can see the flames. Oh, God. And Brian works there. Brian Vanderpool works in the World Trade Center. Where?
Command post. You command post. West, this thing is your command post.
Look at it wide, because what's unique about our shot is this mass of people.
This is now over an hour after the initial blast, about an hour after the secondary blast.
Well, not two planes. One maybe, not two.
This
This is seriously fucking bad.
This is the worst thing I've ever, it's the worst thing I've ever...
No, this is just the beginning of it.
Things in the buckle.
3501 Central. No, I'm talking about it. This is really fucked up. Apparently they hit the Pentagon. Sounds like there's a major assault going on.
That's the You see those white flickering things?
Declared warnings yesterday.
What?
They declared terrorist warnings yesterday.
Well, they always have terrorists.
Exact location for us? Yeah, buddy.
Serious shit, dude. Imagine you're on the top floor and you're trapped and you can't get down. You see how many people I have on the floors above? The floor's above and you can't get out.
You know, I want to walk over to touch, but Keith's over there. Oh, Keith. No, he's churching one block down. Dude, look at that. You see the
That's a big plane.
How would you gauge that reaction at this point?
That's the one that you fly to DC Chicago. Yeah, that's the one. 667 has about 100 people in it. It's just a little.
give you track control on that United 93. All right, thank you.
Okay, this 766. They said he's going to Morgantown. That's so bad.
Okay, Charlie Foxtrot, Mike Delta Echo, sir. You're clear direct Johnstown when you're able, sir. If you can take a look or have somebody in the back take a look and see if you see traffic, he would be in your 5 o'clock position in 10 miles. We think he's at 8,000 feet.
Mike Delta Echo is looking at negative contact at this time. You said you wanted us to go direct Johnstown?
Direct to Johnstown, sir. You can start that descent again.
Mike Delta Echo.
Sir, I've lost the primary on this guy, too. I think he's to your south now, though, but I'll keep you advised.
Thank you, and we're still negative contact there, looking at 5 o'clock.
We have another eyewitness on the phone right now. His name is Charles Tanner. Mr. Tanner,
yes,
tell us what you saw.
I was in the, I live at the Overlook Apartments, and I was doing some exercise with jump roping, and this plane came increasingly fast, almost close enough to, if it headed this direction, hit the building that I'm in, which is an 8-story building, but it was aiming for the, in the direction of the Pentagon, and then all of a sudden I see this puff of smoke, and I just ran over to Columbia
so you didn't actually
to get a better view of it.
So Charles, you didn't actually see it hit, you just saw it to a point and then you saw the smoke?
I just saw this plane coming very, very fast, going in that direction as I was listening to you guys talk about what happened at the World Trade Center.
And where you live, obviously it's close enough to Reagan National, but that's not a flight path you normally see.
Right, well I'm closer to the Pentagon than to Reagan National.
Okay, but obviously planes flying over there on a daily basis.
This is usually not the flight path of any aircraft.
Mr. Tanner, we do have more information about exactly where that plane crashed. We understand right now from the AP that it crashed near a helicopter landing pad near the Pentagon. So as far as we know, it didn't crash directly into the Pentagon.
But did you see it?
No, I don't. I just see metals and everything coming down. That's all I see.
Can I talk to you for a second? So you saw this, right? Can you guys come over here, please?
Oh, God.
A Palestinian organization, the DFLP, was said to have been responsible, but a senior official for that organization has denied responsibility. So at the present, we do not know who was responsible for these attacks in the United States, at the World Trade Center in New York and at the Pentagon in Washington.
How's it look? Good?
Division 3, lobby command to the SEALCOM command post. Hey, operations tower 1 to 4 above battalion 9. Battalion 9 to command post. Battalion 7, operations tower 1 to battalion 9. I need you on the 4 above 79. We have access stairs going up to 79. Okay. All right, I'm on my way up, Wario.
From where you are, Mr. Tanner, are you okay? Are you safe?
Well, unless, of course, the plane decides to hit this building, yes, I think I'm very safe.
Can you believe that this is happening in Washington, D.C., Mr. Tanner?
I want to say yes and no, okay, because of different terrorist activities and things of that nature, and because of what happened at the World Trade Center, I would say that it doesn't surprise me. I'm just a little shaken that it has happened.
And I'm not sure when we talk about that helicopter pad, if it's the one that's on the west side where you drive by all the time on the main street, that you can see if there's another one there as well that a lot of folks go by there on a daily basis.
We quickly want to recap before we return it to ABC News. The State Department has now been evacuated. The White House has been evacuated. The Capitol has been evacuated. There was a credible threat to the mansion, which I'm talking about the White House here, and so the entire White House has now been evacuated.
Now,
looking back at the Pentagon, again, you can see the smoke billowing from there. We have no other information at this point about casualties or injuries or exactly what it was that smashed into the Pentagon earlier today. That happened, what, 25 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago? Something of that sort.
One of the other pictures we saw, we actually saw a...
What observers noted, and those, they were in the airline industry, so we kind of take what they're saying for, at the word 757 American Airlines, they could see the plane, they could see the markings, crashed into the west side of the Pentagon near the heliport.
This is a live picture we're just getting here. This is the firefighters battling the blaze at the Pentagon. Look.
So you can see the damage.
This is just going to be raw tape that Dave Statter and his crew are
just feeding into us.
You can see this apparent terrorist attack. A jet slammed into the Pentagon about 15, 20 minutes ago, the helipad side on 395. We have no word yet on casualties.
Building 2, 93rd floor, northwest corner. Also in Building 1, 93rd floor, southwest corner, K. All right, I also have 2 World Trade, 105 floor, 60 people. 10 floor.
Dude, look at that. You see the...
Ashley, are you still in Manhattan?
I'm in Manhattan, Chris, and I'm just walking southward towards the World Trade Center. It's just an incredible sight. The streets of Manhattan are chock full of people who are stopped exactly where they were in the middle of their commute, standing, gaping, and looking at this sight. It is unbelievable. Emergency vehicles all throughout Manhattan, not only Midtown, but down near Chelsea now, where I am, have been streaming by us at every couple of seconds and intervals. Ambulances are heading by me now. A lot of the vehicles are also unmarked, looking like FBI vehicles heading towards the World Trade Center as well. Not only that, but we stopped by one of the hospitals, St. Vincent, which has been cordoned off. I can only guess possibly waiting for victims to be caught.
Look, you want to be careful here. We don't want to get too far ahead of this, but obviously this has all the appearances of an extraordinarily well-coordinated and devastating terrorist attack here in the United States. Certainly nothing like it since Oklahoma City, and nothing like it here in New York since the terrorist attack on the same World Trade Center buildings in February of 1993. At the Pentagon, a plane or a helicopter has crashed, apparently as part of whatever this operation has been, and
667 is the one that I go to Chicago, North Carolina. It's like the one for the people. Look, something just fell off. Look at that person falling off. Parts of the building.
A member of the military in full fatigue.
Outside the White House.
Outside the White House, fully loaded and ready to go for anything.
We expect that Mayor Giuliani is going to be speaking shortly. As you can imagine, I'm sure there is a scene of much confusion now at downtown in Lower Manhattan, outside the World Trade Center towers. We have just been told that the Pentagon is being evacuated at this point.
君んちテレビちゃんと映ってる？
あ、うちテレビないです。
だってあれが機能しないって結構機能しないことが多いんじゃない？
え、何が？
だってワープロ今機能してないでしょ？
してないって言ってた。
だからコインエジソンとかあれ行ったじゃん、あそこに。
ねえ、ズームすると中余裕燃えてるね、まだ。
これ望遠で見えるの？
ちょっと望遠レンズ持ってくる。
Attack, and very soon we're going to join our Audrey Barnes on the phone. Is Audrey going near the Pentagon?
I believe Audrey is there now. Audrey, what can you tell us?
Michael, I'm on the grounds right across from the Pentagon, And what I can tell you is it is still on fire. There is black smoke just billowing throughout the Pentagon grounds. There are several hundred employees on the grounds. They are crying, hugging each other. I see about 15 different pieces of fire apparatus. I see ladders. It's just a scene of utter chaos out here. Traffic is still getting by in front of the Pentagon, but most of this roadway has been shut down.
They were going to land in LaGuardia and ended up hitting one of the trade towers. I don't know about the second place. And I guess the Pentagon is also going to hit. Is that right?
So the other plane was hijacked. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I mean...
See that fire blowing out?
Like
fire that just fell?
Yeah, it's like molten metal. It's
Yeah.
spilling out the bottom corner.
Yeah, I have it.
See some right now.
Dropping the building. You can see it. It's like...
We were down in the subway trying to at least take the subway to get downtown to the Wall Street area and World Trade Center area. And the subway announcer came over the loudspeaker saying, due to a police investigation, that subway traffic will be stopped between a certain area. So most of the people in the subway weren't able to get downtown either.
15 OV to 15. Sky 15 OV, Battalion 7 Operations Tower 1. Stuck in the elevator shaft. You're going to have to get a different elevator. We're chopping through the wall to get out. Radio lobby command with that. Tower 1.
The Pentagon has been evacuated, as has the White House and the U.S. Capitol building at Blair Mansion.
Before this happened at the Pentagon, President Bush went on the air to talk about the response, the U.S. response, in light of the World Trade Center. But again, this is what happened right after he said we were going to hunt down the folks responsible for the apparent terrorist attack in New York City. And shortly after that, this is what happened at the Pentagon in Arlington. We're just getting across the wires in Los Angeles. Police departments there are on tactical alert, but there have been no threats in Los Angeles that police are aware of. But as you can imagine, major American cities are on heightened alert. And Los Angeles is saying we are in citywide tactical alert and have mobilized their anti-terrorist division.
The Federal Aviation Administration has actually gone even further than it did a few minutes ago. It was asking all planes not to take off. Now the FAA has ordered all aircraft currently in the air over the United States to land at the nearest airport. Now you can imagine what may be happening, or what they think might be happening in some part of the country, that there is somebody else on some aircraft coming from somewhere or going somewhere with evil intentions, and so all aircraft currently in the air over the United States have been ordered to land at the nearest airport.
Audrey, let me interrupt you to explain what people are seeing, because I'm not sure if you can see the picture. We do have a picture now where we can see some people, and we can also see the flames and the smoke that you're talking about and some of the emergency equipment. This is the first time we have seen that. So please go on, Audrey, from your vantage point with what you are seeing. But we can now see flames. We see emergency crews, and just a moment ago we also did see some people there. So Audrey, go right ahead.
Audrey Barnes, are you still with us? We'll try to recover.
We've lost that in a moment. Right. If we can, I'm not sure. Did we control this camera? If we could get them to pan back to the left here, let's try to see what detail that we can. Apparently, we've lost that picture as well. It's a camera that we don't control, but it's showing you there are active flames at the Pentagon, and you can see obviously some of the workers there watching this incredible scene unfold there at the Pentagon. We'll try to get you a number on exactly how many people do currently work in that building.
I hope that online on somebody. Well, nobody's going to be on there. Look at that, Joe Firefighter again.
United 93 is 20 miles northwest of Johnstown.
20 miles northwest on primary?
Well, that's a report from another aircraft.
Can you hear us, Walter?
Here we are about 2 blocks away from... Okay, 2 blocks away from where the whole thing happened, and this entire area has been cordoned off, and people that have been working in nearby buildings have been told to evacuate. That's what this mass exodus is to my left-hand side. To my right, we have 2 witnesses, and as we speak with you two, we're going to pan up and show a shot of what we see from this vantage point. First, Marna Ringel, and Marna, you work across the street. Tell me exactly what you saw on the street, and as you looked up, what you saw, because you said you saw the second one. Am I correct?
No, I didn't see the second one. I actually was coming out of the building, and there was maybe about 30 or 40 people at the bottom of One World Financial covered in blood. I did not expect that at all, and I work for Lehman in One right here, and a gentleman that I work with was on the telephone. He said, "What was that?" I said, he thought it was thunder. I looked over, screamed, "It's a bomb," because I saw a piece of the building flow down, and I think I scared my entire floor because I can scream pretty loud, and it was pretty bad.
Jamie McIntyre is there. Jamie, what are you hearing?
Well, Aaron, there is a lot of confusion here at the Pentagon. It appears that something hit the Pentagon on the outside of the 5th corridor, on the Army corridor. Several Army officers I talked to reported hearing a big explosion, seeing shards of metal coming past their window. The Pentagon has been evacuated. Emergency services personnel were rushing to reports of several people trapped in the building. Most of the building's 24,000 people are outside of the building or in the center courtyard as emergency teams try to sort out what has happened here. There is, of course, thick black smoke billowing from the scene.
Both locations now. Escalated 3501, be advised it's supposedly at the Queens.
I think if anything, it's people waving pieces of paper.
Yeah, well, on the way, yeah. Yeah, but I don't think they would be surviving. They would have them.
Who knows?
You can focus it. You can,
Yeah,
to
no.
the left if you want, or to the right, whatever.
Slows down, it may actually be the helicopter going on top. Can you see the helicopter? Where?
Yeah, in the back.
On the north tower. Oh, above it, yeah.
They're trying to say somebody like that.
Let's go back to Dave Statter with more from the site of the Pentagon. Dave.
Can you hear me now?
We can.
All right, I'm here with Michael Kelly, who was a witness to this attack at the Pentagon. I'm going to let him describe what he saw here, I guess about 20 minutes ago with me, Michael Kelly. First of all, let me just first describe the scene. This is the west side of the Pentagon, the heliport side off of Washington Boulevard. Were you driving or what?
Yes, I was in the traffic on the 14th Street Bridge, right at the Pentagon, tied up going into town. And I heard this plane come over my head. It was really low.
What size plane?
It sounded like a small plane, but it was very, very low. And the next thing I know, there was this tremendous explosion as it hit the Pentagon. I looked over, and the smoke started coming up. Pieces of the plane and pieces of the Pentagon were falling onto the 14th Street, onto the Shirley Highway. very scary. So I decided not to go across the 14th Street Bridge. I came around and I'm wound up here, stopped in the traffic right at the Pentagon. I was trying to get back over to Memorial Bridge, but no
Had you
luck.
known about the World Trade Center
Oh
attack?
yeah, I was listening to WTOP radio the whole time, and then this thing came right over my head, and it plowed. It was clearly a similar situation to what happened in New York.
This is the first time I've seen that tape come to the back side of the tower. I guess that would be the south side of the tower, and then the smoke and flame coming out the front side. Again, that was about a half hour after the first attack, which was at about 8:45. Well, I want to go down Cherry. Thank you, man. Doug Cherry, you said, right? Yeah. Doug Cherry's next to me. 105. Whose office? John Astro's office. That's what you said. That's the office. We're in John Astro's office. OST. A-R-U. A-R-U. Right, that's the office we're in. There's three of us in here. O-S-T-A-R-U. O-S-T-A-R-U. Hello? Hello. We're looking at financial center. Three of us, two broken windows. Oh, God!
Message number 100.